What's happening, everybody? Happy New Year. It's hard to believe we're already in 2022. You know, it's now been 2 years since this pandemic started, and I'm getting people ask all the time, when is the market gonna slow down? When is it gonna crash? The foreclosure market has to be coming any minute now. When are these things all gonna take place, Jeremy? I wanna know when we're gonna have all this stuff happen here in Myrtle Beach. Well, we're gonna answer those questions today, so let's dive right into this. I think before we get into answering the question of what's gonna happen in this year's market, we need to first take a step back and go back in history to when we had the last crash and kind of explain the backstory and what happened during that time, so that as we're going through these next few months and this next year, we're gonna be able to answer this question better. So let's talk about the mid-2000s when the market completely busted and blew up before. During that time, people were buying homes here in the area that had no business buying a house. They were able to literally go to a bank and the bank went, yep, they're breathing. They can say real estate, let's give them a loan. That's how simple it was to get a mortgage back then. And people were buying properties on interest-only loans, on step-up loans, on all these different arms and crazy things that people were doing to buy a house. They buy the home today for $200,000, close on it in 30 days, put it on the market for $225,000, sell it for $230,000 the next day, and they just kept flipping things over and making bigger profits on each and every sale. Well, we all knew back then that these people couldn't afford these homes and they continued to buy them. No matter what we tried to stop it, we couldn't. And then all of a sudden, the market came to a screeching halt. Here in Myrtle Beach, we saw a lot of oceanfront complexes that were doing these huge facelifts and renovations all of a sudden have 20 to 30 properties come on the market. People speculated when they bought these properties, and the on-site agents told them, well, you can buy it today for $170, and by the time we finish the facelift, you can sell it for $250. So people were going, great, I can make $70,000 to $80,000. Let me buy 2 or 3 of them. Well, the whole building then released with the new renovations all at the same time, and so 30 properties all of a sudden were taking this same approach of flip it quick and burn and putting them all on the market. Well, when that type of thing happens, you have this influx of inventory, and what's gonna sell then? Whatever the one is the most affordable, because all of these condos are exactly the same. So while back in the mid-2000s when that market crash took place, people couldn't afford things are a little bit different this time around. People who have a property thought when the pandemic began, there was going to be this huge forbearance issue come in and people were going to end up having to foreclose because they would not be able to pay for their home. A recent article from Black Knight Incorporated, who tracks the forbearance market, stated that in their latest numbers, there was another improvement where the number of loans in active forbearance fell another 85,000 properties. As of November 2nd, there is only 1.14 million mortgage holders in the COVID forbearance plan that accounts for only 2% of all mortgages. So if you're waiting around on that foreclosure market to come to light and an influx of properties come on at a cheap price, it's not happening. Here, this time around, people have been able to build equity into their property. The average credit score of people buying and selling homes right now is up in the high 700s. What that means is that people are paying their bills on time, they're keeping an equity in their property, and also at the same time, we have seen such an increase in property values that have given people an immense amount of equity in their property. What does that mean? That means people have money. They don't have to worry about paying that bill. They've got it, they're paying it on time, and they have equity. So they're not in a rush or in a hurry that they have to sell or they're going to lose the property. So if the foreclosure market isn't going to crash the real estate industry, what about prices? Prices can't continue to go up the way they've been, right? They have to slow down, they have to stop, right? According to an article on Redfin, the median sales price rose 14.6% last year to an all-time high of $361,171. This is up 29.4% from the same period of 2019. What that means is that the home that was bought in 2019 for $300,000 is now worth $387,000 on national average. Here locally, the average sales price in January 2019 was $187,748, and that number in December of 2021 is now $250,070. So our market has pretty much been in line with the national average. The number of pending sales was up 4.2% over the previous year and 55.2% over 2019 nationally. Now, at some point, the limited inventory that buyers are constantly fighting over is going to slowly go away. There's going to become more and more inventory properties from new construction, as well as others that are upsizing or downsizing hitting the market, which is going to help the inventory crisis, which right now here locally is 1.6 months, and that number is going to continue to go up. Anything though that is under a 6 months inventory is considered a seller's market and is a strong thing in the side of a seller. Buyers, unfortunately, you're going to continue to have to pay high prices close to asking or over just to compete to try to get the home. So if foreclosures aren't going to come in a large amount to bring relief and prices aren't going to bring relief to it, what's going to happen to make the market where people could actually buy things? Let's talk about the third element in this, interest rates. Interest rates right now are right around 2.9%. Everything is showing that over time of the next few years, we're going to start to see an increase in interest rates. They can't continue to stay as low as they've been. To give you an idea, I bought my home in 2019. My interest rate was 4.75. My first home that I bought back in 2006 was 7.69. When I bought that new house at 4.75, we were ecstatic. We were saving a ton of money and we're excited to get at such a low interest rate. Well, this past year, we refinanced our house at 2.875. So we were able to drop our payments several $100s just because of a lower interest rate. So what's gonna happen the other way as interest rates start to go up? So let's look at these examples. If you wait on rates to go up to try to get a lower purchase price, here's what's going to happen. Here's a $300,000 loan at 2.9, which is close to what today's rates are, versus if they go back up to just 2019 rates of 4.75. As you can see, your monthly payment will increase by $316 a month simply because of the rate change. Now take that number over the life of the loan and you are spending an additional $113,760 given just to the bank. So here at the end of the day, here's the options that you have. You can either try to purchase a home right now in this competitive market, which it's not easy, I'm not gonna lie, but we're able to get people homes on a fairly successful rate. And you can do that, and you may put a little bit more money into an individual seller's pocket, maybe $15,000 to $20,000. Or you can wait for another 6 months, year, whatever it may be, whenever the market starts to get more saturated with property and there starts to be a decrease in prices. Whenever that takes place, which it's bound to happen, interest rates are not going to still be the same. So interest rates are going to go up, prices may come down some, but in the end of the day, you're going to end up spending a lot more. Personally, I'd rather put $15,000 to $20,000 in an individual's pocket versus putting $113,000 into a large bank who already has the bank. They have all the money. They don't need more. I'd rather put the money in an individual's pocket and help them along the way while helping myself in the long run. So in closing, do I see the market here in Myrtle Beach or even in South Carolina crashing anytime soon? Definitely not. I don't see this happening anytime during 2022. Everything that I've seen talking to experts here locally as well as across the country shows that rates are going to continue to stay low. They're slightly going to go up, but prices are going to continue to rise. Both of those things with limited inventory is going to help the real estate market to continue to go up. In addition, the things that are always going to stay the same, the amazing weather that South Carolina offers, the ability to never have to shovel snow, and the fact that we have some of the lowest property taxes in the country are some great reasons why everyone wants to move to South Carolina these days. And if you'd like more information on doing that, my information's down below. Please shoot me an email. I'd love to help you with it. Anyway, I'm Jeremy Blanton with RE/MAX Southern Shores. Hopefully you guys found some value today in this video. If you did, please do me a favor, give it a thumbs up, get that bell on, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. See ya.